Focus on yourself, not others. By Jim Rohn. Introduction. In the realm of personal development and self-improvement, few voices have resonated as powerfully and persistently as that of Jim Rohn. Among his most enduring messages is the principle, focus on yourself, not others. Though deceptively simple, this maxim carries profound implications for our mindset, our behaviors, and ultimately, our success and fulfillment in life. In this text, we'll explore Jim Rohn's philosophy behind focusing on oneself rather than comparing, criticizing, coveting others. We will delve into the psychological underpinnings of this principle, uncover its benefits, address common obstacles, and provide practical strategies to internalize and apply this mindset in every area of life. Career, relationships, health, and personal growth. By the end, you will have a comprehensive, actionable understanding of why and how to turn your gaze inward, channel your energies towards your own development, and in doing so, unlock your fullest potential. 1. The genesis of the message. Jim Rohn's life journey. Understanding why Rohn champions self-focus requires a glance at his own path. Born on a struggling farm in rural Idaho, Rohn's family faced financial hardship during the Great Depression. After high school, he entered the workforce with modest ambitions until a chance encounter with business magnate Earl Schoaf transformed his trajectory. Under Schoaf's mentorship, in the early 1950s, Rohn absorbed lessons not only in sales but in personal philosophy. Life is shaped by the person you become, not merely by external circumstances. This revelation, that internal transformation precedes external success, became Rohn's lodestar. He spent the next 4 decades sharing this insight, traveling the globe to deliver seminars, write books, and mentor budding entrepreneurs such as Tony Robbins. At the heart of his teaching lay the conviction that focusing on self-improvement, not on the actions or achievements of others, is the key to a life of accomplishment and abundance. The distinction between self-focus and selfishness. Before we explore the deeper layers of Rohn's axiom, it is crucial to distinguish between healthy self-focus and selfishness. Selfishness implies disregard for others, a myopic concern for one's own benefit at the expense of relationships or ethics. Rohn's philosophy is not about neglecting others' needs. It is about shifting the locus of control inward. Rohn taught that by dedicating time and energy to improving our character, skills, and mindset, we naturally become more valuable to those around us. In contrast, fixating on others' opinions, successes, or failures leads to envy, distraction, and wasted effort. Thus, focus on yourself means cultivating a balanced, intentional introspection aimed at growth, while still engaging compassionately with the world. 2. The psychological foundation, locus of control. Central to Rohn's principle is the concept of locus of control, a psychological framework distinguishing between internal and external loci. People with an internal locus of control believe they influence their own outcomes through their choices and efforts. Conversely, those with an external locus attribute results to luck, fate, or other people. Rohn's mantra encourages developing an internal locus. When you focus on yourself, you acknowledge that your habits, beliefs, and actions are the primary drivers of your life's trajectory. This mindset fosters responsibility, resilience, and proactive behavior qualities Rohn identified as foundational for success. The cost of comparison. Psychologist Leon Fessinger's social comparison theory explains how humans gauge their own worth by comparing themselves to others. While occasional comparison can motivate growth, habitual comparison fuels dissatisfaction, envy, and imposter syndrome. Rohn warned that measuring yourself against someone else's highlight reel distorts reality. Instead of serving as inspiration, it often leads to paralysis or despair. By redirecting focus inward towards self-improvement benchmarks, you reclaim agency. You set standards based on personal values and goals, not on the shifting sands of external validation. This reframing fosters genuine confidence and joy in incremental progress. 3. The benefits of focusing on yourself accelerated personal growth. When you invest energy in self-assessment, learning, and skill building, growth compounds exponentially. Rohn likened personal development to planting seeds daily. Small actions like reading, practicing, and reflecting yield rich harvests over time. Conversely, diverting attention to others' lives dilutes your own efforts and stunts progress. By prioritizing your unique talents and interests, you develop mastery in areas that matter most. This specialized expertise not only boosts confidence and self-esteem, but often attracts opportunities and connections organically. Enhanced resilience, life inevitably brings setbacks, business failures, relationship troubles, health challenges. Rohn argued that those with a strong internal foundation, rooted in self-awareness and purpose, bounce back faster. When you focus on yourself, you build adaptive mindsets and coping mechanisms. You learn to view obstacles as feedback rather than personal indictments. This resilience springs from clarity about your values and goals. You recognize that external events may derail short-term plans, but cannot undermine your long-term vision if you remain committed to self-improvement. Healthier relationships, ironically. Focusing on yourself can improve your relationships. Working on communication skills, empathy, and emotional regulation, you become a better partner, friend, or colleague. Rohn emphasized that personal integrity, doing what you say you will do, builds trust and respect. Strengthening bonds. Moreover, when you stop comparing yourself to peers or envying their achievements, you can genuinely celebrate others' successes. You foster an environment of support rather than competition, leading to more meaningful, fulfilling connections. Common obstacles and pitfalls. The lure of social media in the digital age. Social media platforms amplify opportunities for comparison. Carefully curated feeds highlight only successes, exotic experiences, and polished personas. Rohn's counsel to focus on yourself is more vital than ever to counteract this distortion. Limiting social media use, following authentic voices, and using these platforms intentionally for learning or connecting with like-minded people are essential strategies to avoid falling into the comparison trap, misinterpreting focus as isolation. Some may misread Rohn's message as an endorsement of isolation or self-absorption. However, true self-focus involves community, seeking mentors, collaborating with peers, and serving others through your unique gifts. The key is directing the why, improving your capacity first so you can contribute more effectively rather than letting others dictate your actions. Overemphasis on perfection, focusing intensely on personal development, can sometimes morph into perfectionism or workaholism. Rohn warned against valuing achievements over character. The journey of self-improvement should enhance well-being, not become a burdensome prison of unattainable standards. Cultivating self-compassion, acknowledging progress, and accepting imperfections aligns with Rohn's balanced approach. Growth thrives in an environment of encouragement, not self-criticism. 5. Practical strategies for self-focus. Daily reflection and journaling. Rohn championed the habit of daily reflection. By journaling, recording successes, setbacks, and lessons, you create a feedback loop that accelerates learning. Questions like, what did I learn today? And how can I improve tomorrow? Anchor your attention to your own journey rather than external noise. Action step. Set aside 10 minutes each evening for journaling. Track one achievement and one improvement area. Daily goal setting with personal metrics. Instead of adopting benchmarks set by others, define goals rooted in your values and vision. Use SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. Time-bound, but customize metrics that reflect your priorities. For instance, rather than comparing income levels, track revenue growth percentage, or the number of meaningful client interactions. Action step. Identify 3 core life domains, for example, career, health, relationships. For each, set one clear goal. With bespoke metrics and review progress weekly. Kill building plans. Allocate regular time to develop skills aligned with your goals. Whether it's public speaking, coding, leadership, or mindfulness, Structured learning plans prevent drift. Rohn recommended investing 30 minutes daily in reading or listening to educational content. She called self-education. Action. Step. Choose one skill to develop per quarter. Create a curriculum of books, courses, and practical exercises. Schedule sessions on your calendar. Mindfulness and meditation. Cultivating present moment awareness. It helps break the cycle of rumination about others. Meditation practices focusing on the breath or body sensations train the mind to observe thoughts without attachment. Over time, you gain clarity on your values and reduce reactive behaviors driven by comparison or social anxiety. Action step. Start with a simple mindfulness routine. Sit quietly for 5 minutes each morning, focusing on your inhalations and exhalations. Accountability and mentorship. While focusing on yourself, don't go it alone. Rohn emphasized the power of mentors and peer support. Share your goals with a trusted advisor or join a mastermind group. Their feedback can illuminate blind spots and keep you aligned with your personal path, rather than swayed by external trends. Action step. Identify a mentor or accountability partner. Schedule bi-weekly check-ins to discuss progress and challenges. 6. Applying the principle across life domains, career and business, in professional life. Focusing on yourself means mastering your craft and cultivating a reputation for excellence. Rohn taught that your network largely determines your net worth. By improving your character and competence, you naturally attract quality collaborators and opportunities. Case study: a marketing professional who shifted focus from tracking competitors' campaigns to deepening expertise in data analytics found that her unique insights led to promotions and industry recognition. Rather than chasing every new trend, financial comparisons, obsessing over others' wealth, portfolios, or spending can derail prudent planning. Instead, concentrate on your financial literacy, savings habits, and investment strategies aligned with your risk tolerance and goals. Rohn's advice: budget your time and money carefully. Invest in assets that grow in value over time. Action step. Conduct a monthly review of your budgeting categories and net worth. Celebrate progress relative to your own benchmarks, not to peers. Health and wellness. The fitness world abounds with people flaunting peak physiques and extreme diets. While inspiration has value, constant comparison breeds frustration. Focus on your body's needs: nutrition, exercise, rest, and set personalized milestones, improving stamina, achieving functional strength, or mastering a yoga pose. Action step. Keep a health journal tracking energy levels, sleep quality, and exercise goals. Adjust routines based on your own data, relationships, and social life. Measuring your social status by the number of friends or followers can lead to superficial connections. Rohn prioritized depth over breadth, investing in a few meaningful relationships. Focus on qualities you can control: empathy, presence, and communication. Rather than external metrics like social media engagement. Action step. Schedule monthly one-on-one time with key people in your life. During these interactions, practice active listening and share openly about your personal growth journey. Personal fulfillment and purpose, perhaps. The most profound application of focus on yourself relates to discovering and living your purpose. Rohn believed each person has a unique mission. By turning inward, through reflection, journaling, and experimentation, you uncover passions that resonate deeply. Once identified, dedicate your efforts to serving this purpose, rather than chasing others' definitions of success. Case study: an executive who left a high-paying corporate role to found a nonprofit dedicated to youth mentoring found greater fulfillment and impact by aligning daily work with personal values, rather than adhering to conventional career benchmarks. Sustaining momentum over the long term, creating rituals and routines. Rohn famously said, "Success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying basic fundamentals." Ritualizing self-focus through morning routines, weekly planning sessions, and monthly retreats ensures that your inward gaze remains steady, even amidst life's demands. Action step. Design a 90-minute weekly ritual. Review your journal entries. Assess progress on goals and plan priorities for the upcoming week. Embracing lifelong learning, a fixed mindset causes stagnation. Growth mindset keeps your focus dynamic. Commit to learning not because you need credentials, but because each new insight enriches your capacity. Rohn encouraged reading broadly, philosophy, biographies, and science to cross-pollinate ideas and deepen self-understanding. Action step. Allocate a portion of your reading list each quarter to subjects outside your comfort zone to spark creativity. And self-discovery, periodic self-audits, just as businesses conduct audits. Individuals benefit from regular self-evaluations of values alignment, goal relevance, and habitual effectiveness. Identify what's serving you and what's not. Be willing to pivot. Drop goals that no longer inspire you and adopt new ones that reflect emerging passions or life circumstances. Action step. Every 6 months, conduct a structured self-audit. Revisit your mission statement. Analyze key metrics. Across life's domains, reset intentions as needed. 8. Overcoming resistance and staying aligned. Recognizing the inner critic. Self-focus often stirs up internal resistance. Fear of failure, self-doubt, or imposter feelings. Rohn insisted that these voices are part of the growth process. Rather than silencing them through external validation, acknowledge them. Then recenter on your core vision and past successes to regain confidence. Technique. Use affirmations grounded. In evidence, I have improved my communication skills by 30% in the past year. To counter negative self-talk, managing external expectations, family, peers, and society often impose scripts for ideal careers, lifestyles, or timelines. While we benefit from community norms, overcommitment to others' expectations distracts from personal authenticity. Rohn taught that real freedom arises when you thoughtfully choose which expectations to internalize and which to release. Action. Step. Identify one external expectation causing tension. Ask yourself, does this align with my mission and values? If not, develop a plan to politely reprioritize. Celebrating micro wins, focusing on yourself, requires patience. Goals take time. To sustain motivation, celebrate micro wins, small milestones that signal progress. Rohn urged the practice of gratitude, acknowledging improvements. However incremental, cultivates positive momentum. Action step. Maintain a victory log each week. Write down 3 specific achievements, however small, and review them monthly. 9. The ripple effect. How self-focus benefits society. While Rohn emphasized individual responsibility, he also recognized the collective impact of self-improvement. When individuals invest in their own growth, they contribute more effectively to families, workplaces, and communities. Skills, insights, and attitudes cultivated inwardly radiate outwardly. Leadership. Self-aware. Leaders inspire trust and model behaviors for others. Innovation. Personal curiosity and discipline drive breakthroughs in business and science. Community building. Individuals committed to lifelong learning and empathy elevate collective well-being. Thus, focus on yourself is not a selfish retreat, but a strategic move toward societal progress, better citizens, entrepreneurs, mentors, and changemakers. Conclusion. Jim Rohn's admonition to focus on yourself, not others, is more than a motivational soundbite. It is a powerful framework for sustainable success and genuine fulfillment, rooted in psychological principles like internal locus of control and countering social comparison. This philosophy offers clear pathways to growth in all life domains. By channeling energy into self-reflection, skill development, mindful routines, and personalized goal setting, we transform not only our own lives, but also the lives of those around us. Embracing self-focus does not mean isolation or egocentrism. Rather, it is an act of empowerment. It places you at the helm of your destiny, accountable for your habits, attitudes, and choices. As you commit to this inward journey, you will find that external obstacles shrink, confidence swells, and opportunities. Abound because you have become the person capable of seizing them. Let Jim Rohn's words be your catalyst. Turn your attention inward. Cultivate your unique potential, and let the world's demands and distractions fade into the background. In focusing on yourself, you discover the truest path to success, joy, and lasting impact.